Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. Today, Ricky and Scotty G join me on today's show. And of course, we're tackling your listener questions. That's just what we do here on the show midweek. We've got a big announcement off the top of the show, so be ready for that. We're talking about Old Key West or Saratoga Springs for an extended family during the holiday season. And it really boils down to Christmas carols on steel drums and a little bit more. So we talk about that. Best ADRs for first-time visitors in the theme parks. We give some suggestions there. Some Disney Cruise Line transfer logistics, and also a guest is taking the Bright Line from Walt Disney World down to Fort Lauderdale for 20th anniversary cruise. Shout out KC, happy 20th anniversary. We talk about working backwards to make sure you don't miss that 3 p.m. transfer. This and much more coming your way on today's show. Don't forget, our podcast always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We would be thrilled to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Click through that link. It supports our show throughout the year. Really does help us out. Costs you nothing extra. It's a great way to support the show. Also, you can become a patron of the show. $5 a month. It's like a cup of coffee for an entire month. When you do that, it really does keep us on the air. Thanks to everybody who does that already. And when you do, you get a podcast a week. That's like 4 podcasts for $5. And they're fun. They really are. It's called Mike in the Midwest. We'd love to have your support. Come on over, patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2868 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a great midweek. We are here, as always, to answer your listener questions as we do. This is what we do in the midweek. And the team's assembled. We're going to have a good time. We got some great questions for you, actually. Should probably pull those up in the inbox. Have no fear. They're coming up right now. And we have folks tuned in live. So if you're tuned in live, drop your questions in the comments and you will go right to the top of the queue. And we have our experts here assembled. They've flown in, actually driven in from their long commutes from work to get here on time to broadcast. Ricky, she tackled that greater Atlanta traffic, which I hear is wonderful this time of year. She's from a DisneyWorldAfterAll.com and the Mouse for Less. Ricky, happy Wednesday. What's up? By the way, I have a big announcement after I introduce you guys, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, happy Wednesday. Yes, definitely have fun Atlanta traffic that I get to sit in now because my work moved locations. So I get the very, very, very long Atlanta commute nowadays. So yay me. But yeah, looking forward to, the Easter coming up this weekend and just, having fun with the family and everything like that too. So yeah, it's been a crazy couple weeks though, but it's good to be here. And that's all that I can say about that.
Nice. Paige. Mallory's coming down your way in a few weeks. She gets to go 5 nights in Atlanta with air for $200. How's that?
Nice.
I know.
That's fantastic.
What I said.
So
staying at is the Omni a nice hotel?
Yes. Yeah. That's going to be a nice
I'll
one.
look through the pictures. I'm like, yeah, you're doing pretty good. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just want to let everybody know that, if you guys didn't check out, Disney World After All on YouTube, I have a fantastic video on there, that you guys definitely need to check out because, Disney was actually here for promoting Cool Kid Summer in Atlanta. So I actually got to go downtown and I got to interview the Walt Disney World ambassador, Felicia, all about what you can expect with Cool Kid Summer this year. So, if you want to check that out on my YouTube channel, that would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, it's a great interview. And she actually gives some tips on how to get the best score on Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. So
shoot the targets. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, if only it was that easy for someone like me. I'm still not good at getting the targets, but hopefully now that they have the handheld blasters, I'll have a little bit better luck. But usually not so much.
So check that out. Yeah, and Cool Kid Summer starting in about 6 weeks. Can't believe summer will be here before you know it. All right, Scotty G's here from Must See Adventures. New video just dropped. They kicked him off the ship. I know they kicked me off the ship at the same time. I had to go home. He went to Saratoga Springs. What's up, Scotty G? How's Michigan?
Michigan is all right. Happy Wednesday. Happy it's April now. Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
crazy. Oh,
Yeah, tread
crazy.
lightly. Yeah, tread lightly.
I know.
today.
Like don't fall for any like
Yeah,
jokes.
today is definitely the day when you,
Like-
you know, and everything is gonna be.
Sometimes you can't trust the BR Guest podcast. I think this year you might be able to trust the BR Guest podcast.
You can totally
You
trust
can.
us, because I do have to drop a little knowledge on you, because I did find something out behind the scenes that, because people have been emailing me this again. It's that time of the year, right? It's the spring. Everybody's like, when's the 2027 package is going to be available for Walt Disney World? You know who it is? It's always the runners. It's always the runners, because Marathon Weekend or signups were what, like 2 weeks ago, something like that. All that.
Yeah.
Oh
It
my
was
God,
like St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, it was like, people get in, everybody needs their rooms. Like, dude, it's not open yet. I promise you, the rooms will be there for a couple weeks at least. You get Pop Century, you get what you want. Everybody's been asking. Well, I can find out when they're going to open up. They're opening up on May 5th. Okay, so May 5th, the packages, all that. Because in the past, you could do like a room only cancel. Thank God that they got rid of that a couple years ago. That was a nightmare. Now you just book the whole thing, room only packages, everything on the same day. It's going to be on May 5th. So that's coming up. So we have, what's that, about 6 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that. So it's 4 weeks.
5 weeks
ish.
4 to 5
It's
weeks,
April
yeah.
now. Yeah, so be ready for that. So stand by for that. I also heard rumbling. Now, this is something I think we're going to be excited about. I was talking with somebody else that's a member of this team. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but she's not here, so who cares? She kind of dogged us on a text today. One of the things that is rumored to be coming back. Now, I don't know if you saw the news earlier this week that Mears Connect is adding a fuel surcharge. Started on Monday to all their fares to get you from point A to point B, to get you from the airport to the Walt Disney World Resort. You guys see
I
that?
saw that. I did
Fuel
see that.
surcharge. 2027 packages will have something similar to that will not have a fuel surcharge that was there in the past.
You're saying like a magical express.
Possibly. We can't say it until this is supposed to come out with the package announcement. Is that?
And you're saying this on April 1st?
No, I'm not. No, I'm just. This is
Yeah,
something.
I know,
no,
right?
no,
That's
because
exactly what I'm
we're supposed
thinking,
to
yeah.
break it. No, and there's another component. There's one other component that I heard about that got me more jazzed about this than that. Because I'm a Magical Express person, right? I've kind of gone the Uber route ever since it went away, because I was definitely Magical Express. Like, that was one of the reasons I started flying. Like, I wanted to ride the Magical Bus. So I started flying back in the day. But there is also a second component that they're adding. Now, they're trying this out because they know that they know their market, right? So they're going to add, they know like what gets people, get heads in beds, they like to say, right? That's kind of, they will get heads in beds, and the bookings are a little soft right now, I'll be honest, right? I mean, economy's not going great, prices are up, everybody's trying to, squeeze in the money there, so they're trying to get people down there. 2027, they're going to have to be creative. Again, when is it? They open? Oh yeah, May 5th is when the package is open, right? There's going to be this is going to be great. This is enticing me. There's going to be a new dining plan. It's going to be a free dining offer. Okay. And it's for everybody in the room, but it only is for Mexican restaurants on property. So you can use like a San Angel Inn, the Cantina, Rosa Mexicana. You can only get Mexican food with it, because when do the dining packages open?
May 5th? Cinco de Mayo. The 5th of May.
Suckers. Gotcha. Anyway, you blew it, Scott. You gave it away.
I'm sorry, man. You should have told me beforehand. Oh, you
Dude,
should have.
I was thinking about that all day, and then you're like, yeah, it's April 1st. Like,
I'm too on
dude,
top of things.
you are too, dude. You think too. Yeah, anyway, I tried.
Remember, I'm always a fan first of the podcast, so I know how this show operates. And I know there's always some type of April Fool's thing.
I knew when he was talking about something that I don't think I should tell you because Pam, but Pam's not here. I was like, yeah, this is not going to go well. This is
I'm
not.
sorry, Mike.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
okay. It wasn't
is
going.
not
That
gonna
wasn't
go
a-
well.
Record it.
My favorite one still, if you ever want to go back to the best one that we ever did, was the
Oh, my
best,
favorite
best
one.
friends.
Yep.
Because I mean, we had people going the whole time that was a new resort at Walt Disney World, and it was the
Yep.
best friends pet resort across from Riverside. We described. We actually read the website,
We did. Mm-hmm.
and people
Yeah.
thought it was for humans. Because it
Yes.
does have sweet amenities. Like, I mean, the amenities are nicer than a Motel 6 in St. Louis for the most
They
part.
are very nice.
I did read about the 3% surcharge, so that was a thing.
No, that is a real thing. That's the whole thing. When you're telling a lie, you got to put in some truth. I mean, otherwise people, like, because I guarantee there were a couple of people like, maybe no, and then no, it can't be. Like, is Magical Express coming back? Like somebody was in the middle of a text to their significant other, like, dude, Magical Express coming back, and they're like, I hate Mike. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely hate Mike, but that's okay.
Sorry, and it's brought like Justin says, the dessert's brought by Goofy with a chainsaw.
Yay!
I can't find him on the board. It's not Halloween season. I would. But
No.
anyway, well, you're here for listener questions on all that nonsense. Adrian says, "Hey, BOGP crew, I'm a huge fan and appreciate everything y'all do."
Maybe they're not anymore.
Maybe
Yeah.
You know what's funny is because these all come in through Gmail now, and like they've thrown Gmail, the AI, the Gemini into the Gmail. There's answers to all these questions at this point. Like I don't send them to the listener, but right below this, there's an answer. Like it answers the questions. Like I could just read the answer. We don't have to think. It's so wild.
You know what? That could be a fun.
Wow.
We should-
that
okay,
could be a
let's-
fun Friday episode where you read the answers like Jeopardy, and we have to guess the
And then-
question.
yeah.
Well, let's do this. Let you guys give an answer just for one time and see how close we are to the AI. Let's do this for Adrian. See what it says. Okay, here's her question. I haven't even looked at it, but I noticed there's a suggested reply, and let's see what Gemini says. She says, my husband and I are traveling to Disney World in early May, landing at MCO around 9 a.m. We're staying at Caribbean Beach. Any ideas on what to do on arrival day? We don't plan to use park tickets that day and plan on visiting Disney Springs on our rest day later in the week. We will be very hungry, being up since 2 a.m. to catch the plane, and we're thinking about maybe exploring some of the other resorts. Thanks so much, Adrian. All right, Ricky, what do you say? A couple topics. Now you're up against Gemini. What would you do? They're going to be very hungry, but they're going to go Disney Springs later.
So they're going to Disney Springs later.
Dude,
Which resort
Gemini
did they
is
say?
on, though. You're in trouble, dude.
Uh-oh.
I know mine.
Wait, which resort?
They're saying at
Hang on, which
Caribbean
resort did
Beach.
they say they're staying at?
Caribbean Beach.
They're at
Caribbean Beach. Okay. I mean, I'm going to say something probably a Gemini won't have, but I'm going to say go to Banana Cabana, grab yourself a drink, sit out on the, the beach there and just enjoy your time at the resort. Like that's going to be the best thing, and just relax a little bit, get your, I would say sea legs, but get your legs all ready to go for the next day. I mean, I feel like that's going to be the best thing you can do. It's just, maybe grab a nice meal at Sebastian's that night, whatever, because they've got a great meal. And that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say enjoy Caribbean Beach a little bit.
All right, Scott, what would you say? I got the wrong.
So they
bottom.
land at 9 a.m. So it's going to take a little bit of a while to get to Caribbean Beach. So, and they're going to be hungry because they've been up since 2 a.m. So I would go to Primo Piatto for lunch.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
Is where I'm going to go. And then I would change it to have a day bag ready to go. And then I'd change it to my swimsuit and use some of those great pools. Like you can use the quiet pool in Jamaica or use the main feature pool. And eventually your room will get ready. And then you can dry off, maybe get a little nap in there. You can change your clothes. Sebastian's was kind of on my radar, but Ricky kind of used that one. So maybe I'll just kind of make it my, maybe I'll make this like a Riviera day. And I'm going to go to Topolino's for dinner
There you go.
right over there. Or I'll take the Skyliner and maybe I'll go to the Pop Century food court as another
That's a
option.
good
But I'm
option too.
but I like the Primo Topolino's
Ooh.
combination for dinner, and I'm gonna just use the resort pools to just kind of chill and relax, and then I can, then boom, just like rope drop the next morning.
I do like that because I always say like, don't make the ADR for like early on your arrival day because then you're stressed about if you're going to make an ADR for your arrival day, make it for like dinner later because that way you're not stressed about, we got to get there. Like Primo Piatto for lunch or early, like a late breakfast, something like that. I like that. You want to hear how good this answer is though? I'll read it word for word. Adrian, hey, so glad you listened. This is going to be a fun trip. Since you're at Caribbean Beach, you can easily hop on the Skyliner and check out Riviera, Yacht and Beach Club, or Boardwalk. Those are all great resorts to walk around and see some cool stuff. Riviera has some great food options, too, if you're hungry right away. Have a blast.
Oh my gosh.
Shut
That's
up.
funny.
I mean,
That
like,
is
that's
funny.
pretty dang
The
good.
boardwalk is actually a good choice, though.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I like the boardwalk, though. I think that's a really good option, too, because you can walk around, and if you want to get a Surrey bike, you can do that, although that's kind of crazy. As we all know, pedaling that Surrey bike can be a little insane, but that's always a good option, too. You could go to Beaches and Cream and maybe go to their walk-up window and get like a ice cream. That's a really good choice, too, if you can't get a reservation for Beaches and Cream. So there's some good choices there.
Yeah, the boardwalk.
You know what kind of surprised me? So, Mike, just kind of unrelated to this, you were talking about for your April Fool's thing there that the travel was kind of down or whatever, so they're doing this offer. So I was kind of late to book in my ADRs for our Memorial Day weekend trip. So it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
And there's going to be...
I don't even have ADRs for Memorial Day weekend yet. Ahead of me, Scott!
There we go. So I'm a step ahead of Ricky. There's going to be I think the new Soarin' is kind of coming that weekend, Memorial Day weekend, unofficial start to summer. I was really late to that. Oh my gosh. Everything is available for every time slot. Beaches and Cream, anytime you want was available. California Grill, anytime you wanted was available. The only thing that I never saw available was Victoria and Albert's dinner. And then Yachtsman, because that's under refurbishment right now. I couldn't believe that any dining you wanted, sci-fi, Mike, every time slot was available for sci-fi.
Wow.
If I tried, it wouldn't be.
And I was like 4 days late I was at like a day 56, not 60 booking it. Like just an observation I made. That was for Memorial Day weekend.
So,
all right, so you're saying there's a shot for me to make reservations.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let me pause it before we go to the next question. Let me follow up on that. I have totally changed when I go to the theme parks. Like I used to always have, and I know not everybody does, because Scott, you always have an ADR. I don't have an ADR every day. Like I'll have an ADR like every other day. Like, and when I go by myself, I don't make any ADRs. I bet you the last couple solo trips, I have not had one ADR. I did not do a sit down meal the entire time I was there during marathon weekend.
I don't think a lot of people go to Memorial Day weekend by themselves though. That's like more like a Run Disney thing.
Valid.
Yeah.
I think a lot of families are going for Memorial Day weekend because schools are letting out a lot of times, or it's just like a fun family thing to do, like Memorial Day weekend.
Do you think though, when the economy kind of like gets a little bit tighter though, people do kind of like, we're going to go, but we're going to maybe do counter service and cut some.
Yeah. Cause I don't know how this correlates to room bookings at all. Cause I'm not on that side of it. Like I'm not booking travel or anything. So I don't know how that looks, but I think it could be like, I don't know if I can commit to these more expensive table service meals, so I'm going to kind of wing it and do more table service is kind of the way I was looking at it, because historically that is a very busy weekend, because I go there almost every year, or I'm doing cruise line or something, and I was just very surprised by that. It was just an observation I made a couple days ago.
I could see that.
Yeah, and I think that's where cruise line, kind of the value of a cruise comes in, because like when you see, like if you sit down for like a family of 4 at like Chef Mickey's and you get the bill there, I mean, that's an expensive meal. And then you do that a couple of times a day and you like, look at the, and you go on a cruise, the overall cost, you're seeing shows, you're going to different places.
Yeah. Like I booked a hoop-de-doo. Like normally you have to book that right at 60 days. I got tier 1 seating. like right away.
Ooh,
I mean,
that's an idea. I have not done hoop-de-doo. Maybe I book a hoop-de-doo reservation.
So anyway, I know it's listener questions and like this is what Scott does. Like,
it's a good observation.
I squirrel, I say something, but yeah.
This next one's good for you, Scott, because this is a Old Key West music question. It says,
oh my gosh, should I fire up the playlist right now?
It says, does Old Key West play steel drum Christmas carols? This is, hey, Mike and BOGB crew. Help me decide where to stay for our big family trip to Disney the week after Thanksgiving. Old Key West or Saratoga Springs. This will be for a group of 9, 4 adults, 5 kids. They're going to be from 3 to 17. The dynamic, my family of 4, plus the in-laws, and 2 or 3 of our nieces and nephews. We will have a stroller and ECV in tow. We are avid Disney travelers, but never stayed at Old Key West, and it's been 15 plus years since I stayed at Saratoga Springs, so either would feel like a first-time experience. My gut says Old Key West for the extra space in those rooms, but the room upgrades and walking to Disney Springs makes me lean Saratoga Springs. If the weather allows, we'll definitely be hitting the pool. We tend to build in ample rest time in our vacations and really explore the resorts. The kids love a good water slide, and my husband loves a great pool bar / refreshment area. You guys rave about Old Key West, and it'd be nice to check off another resort off my Disney bucket list and try Olivia's for the first time. But which would be better for this extended family, in your opinion? I keep looking at reviews online. It looks like people really love or absolutely dislike Old Key West. So that makes me a little nervous. But if they play steel drum Christmas carols, I may be sold. Bonus question. If you guys do suggest Old Key West, are there specific locations you'd request? The big negative I keep reading is how large it is. And since we do like to explore the resort and enjoy the amenities, I'd love your tips, tricks with navigating the size layout. Give me your pros and cons. Thanks so much. Brittany's down in Mississippi. All right, Scotty, you take the lead on this one because that is your home resort, DVC.
Yeah, so I love Old Key West. It's my home resort, but I wrote down a couple key words here. So I heard water slide, and I heard pool bar, and I instantly thought of Saratoga Springs actually because I shared that video. I just did like a big room tour video, and that resort, and I talk about it, has so many great featured pools. There's actually more than one featured pool at Saratoga Springs. So you have the High Rock pool, which is your main pool, very cool water slide, but the Paddock pool also has a water slide. So you have two featured pools with water slides, and there's bars at both of them. Then you go to the grandstand pool, which is actually my favorite pool, which there is also another bar there. Then you got the Disney Springs pool over there too. So there's lots of swimming options there, plus great pool bars. But you're missing the steel drum music. So that's one bad thing. But as an Old Key West homer, this is my home resort. I love Old Key West, but the rooms are so dated there. So you're going to enjoy the rooms much better at Saratoga Springs too. They had like the 2021, 2020 refurbishment. They are cleaner, they're more comfortable, they're brighter, they're more modern than the Old Key West ones. I'm not trying to dog my home resort here. I would never do that, but I'm just looking out for you that I think you're going to be a little more comfortable. I think you're going to have better, I think the family vibe is just going to be a little bit more comfortable, and you're going to get all those things you're wanting at Saratoga Springs. I really think so, than my home, Old Key West.
Well said. I mean, Ricky, you were just at Saratoga recently. What do you think?
I was. Yeah, the best part about Saratoga is that it's so relaxing. That you go into it and you really just soak up the relaxation, and you don't realize how nice that is until you're in the middle of it and you're like, oh, this is so peaceful. Like the resort is so quiet and really great. And then it is just a quick walk to Disney Springs, which is another fantastic perk too. You can go over there at the end of the night, before you go to bed or whatever, grab a snack at one of the, places, or, a drink over there or whatever. And it's got a great vibe. I really enjoyed the walk over there, and we did that multiple times on that trip. So I kind of agree with Scott. I was leaning a little more towards Old Key West, just because they were talking about, they wanted kind of the Christmas tiki vibes, or I guess I should say, musical steel drum band vibes, which I absolutely adore as well. But I think Scott is right. The rooms are very nicely appointed too. They were really, really homey and comfortable. And, Brian and I had just one of the best nights sitting there eating. I got a Vivoli El Gelateria. I can't pronounce that word at all, but they had a Oreo tiramisu thing I brought back to the resort. Brian had a bag of M&Ms that he'd gotten from the M&M store, and we just sat and relaxed and had a great time just chilling in the room, eating our snacks and watching Disney movies, on the TV. So it's such a great chill vibe at Saratoga. I think that's actually probably going to be the better choice.
I would lean that way too.
Get a good chill vibe at Old Key West too.
You are.
There's no doubt about it.
Well, too, and I'd lean that way too, because you're right. The rooms are more updated. They're nice, and it says, the kids are 3 to 17, so you got at least a 17-year-old, which they're going to be able to walk right over to Disney Springs if they want. So that'd give them a little freedom to maybe go explore, see some entertainment, go shopping, grab a bite to eat if they want to go grab like a deluxe burger, go get a piece of pizza at Blaze, something like that if they want to. And like, that one line here that just says the kids love a good water slide, just so many better options.
That's the one
to
that hit with
swim.
me. I
Yeah,
wrote
the
down
water
water
slides
slide.
too.
And the husband's going to be happy with all the pool bars. You can do a couple different ones. And
But you're missing the greatest one of them all, though, the gurgling
suitcase. But dude, there's
greatest
8
pool
people
bar of all time.
Yeah, but here, you know what though? I mean, here's what I would do though: schedule an ADR for Olivia's. Take the whole crew to Olivia's, so you'll get to hear the background loop.
I thought about that
and,
too.
And ask if you can sit out on that patio. Like that'd be the ultimate thing. Like if you can get your
go there
group,
at night.
Go at night. Ask if you can sit on the patio. Dude, that's the ultimate vibe because you'll hear the music, you'll see the people going by. Ultimate like winter in Florida vibe with that background loop playing. That's what I would do because that way you get just a little taste of it. You're not missing it.
True.
And then I would say Sable. I know you want to mark another one off the list. Like I'm the same way. Like completist. I loved it when I got Fort Wilderness. I finally checked off all of them. That felt so good. But save Old Key West for when they do a refurbishment because I feel a room overhaul is coming because it needs it. It needs it so bad. So I'd save it for that. You don't want to see the pink tile bathroom or anything like that unless you're super retro and want to see that.
Dude, I like that kind of stuff. But that's just me.
I know you do, Mike.
All right, Justin Hooper over on Facebook is tuned in live. Thanks for being here with us. My wife and I are planning a trip with our adult daughter and her new boyfriend. It'll be a first trip for both of them. What is one sit down in each park you would take a first timer? All right, so we're gonna go quick. This is gonna be like this is be our guest at Magic Kingdom. Let's go Magic Kingdom.
I'm going Crystal Palace at Magic Kingdom.
Okay. All right.
I think that's a good one too, Scott. Since I'll go with a different one, I'll go with the Plaza. I think that's a really good one too.
Okay, Scott, you start us off with Epcot.
Epcot. I'm gonna go. You know what? It's newer. It seems like a weird answer because like Epcot, I just think retro. You gotta like. I'm not doing Coral Reef though. I'm sorry.
That's where you're going.
No.
Are you really going there?
So I'm actually gonna go kind of newer because it's unique. It's kind of different. I'm gonna actually. I can't believe I'm actually saying these words. I'm actually gonna say Space 220.
That's a good choice though. I mean, that is definitely the unique vibes.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Yeah, it is totally an experience.
Go, Ricky, what you got?
I'm gonna go Garden Grill. It's that traditional character meal. You've got the living with the land right there, and it's good food. So
I feel like we can use our same answers, or else Justin's gonna be really overwhelmed. Like, I don't know which one I take.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can pick one of the three each time. I'd go San Angelo because that's kind of the one I always saw in the guidebook, and I always wanted to go there.
Dude, can I just tell you, the last time I was in the Mexico Pavilion, they have lit up San Angelo. Like,
you can actually read a menu now.
You can see the food. I'm not kidding. Like the tables are all.
You don't need to
now.
like put your flash on your phone to read the menu. Now.
I was so shocked. I was like, oh my goodness! Like this place is totally lit up now. So bravo to whoever finally decided, hey, you know what? Maybe we should light this place up so people can see what they're eating.
I don't know if I like it though.
Yeah, I like it dark. It's part of the. It's like eating in a cave. Yeah, it's and it'll be free in 2027. Part of your package.
It will be. I know. That's part of the dining plan. Yeah.
All right, enough of you.
Get free margarita. All right, let's go.
Ricky goes first.
Ricky, you got the studios. Yes.
Well, good for me. I'm gonna go 50s prime time. That's the one I'm going with.
All right, I'll go sci-fi. What else is there? I guess. Brown Derby.
To me, you got to go with the Brown Derby. I mean, it's classic Hollywood.
That's true.
All right, what about Animal Kingdom? Are there 3?
Yes, there are.
Okay, what you go, Scott? What you got for Animal Kingdom?
Okay, so these are adults. I don't know if they're 21 or not.
Yep.
But I like a Nomad Lounge, and then you go to Tiffin's afterwards. Go for some signature dining over there.
Yep, I was gonna say Nomad Lounge actually. So I'm gonna keep that one. Yeah, Nomad Lounge for sure.
I like Tusker House.
I think Tusker House is actually the right answer though.
Yeah.
Because you get the characters and stuff.
You do get the characters.
I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And those might be the only 2 table service options.
There's Yak and Yeti.
There's Yak and
Yeti.
Yeah,
I forget about that.
I know. I forget about Yak and Yeti
really
too.
Good. It's actually really
Rainforest
good.
Cafe. You can go to Rainforest Cafe.
Oh, that's a good point too. Oh, I think a lot of people forget about that one.
Actually,
either way, you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, Yak and Yeti's really good food. It's just like, but it's like sitting in a restaurant at home. Like,
it's
not really
Animal
exciting.
Kingdom. As someone that loves table service meals, as you all know, very rarely do that there anymore because I love the counter service.
The
I do
counter
too.
service
Same,
is
same.
so stellar.
Same.
They knock it out of the. And you know why? It sounds terrible, but it's because they're not open at night. So like they don't have to have good table service because people generally aren't eating there for table service. They're going somewhere else. They're going to
Tusker
another
House
park.
breakfast.
They're going to Disney Springs. They're going somewhere else. So they don't have to have really good table service, and that's rather disappointing to me. I'm hoping. I don't think they're going to add table service when they do, Tropical Americas either. They should, but I don't think they're going to, which again makes me very sad because the park needs to be open at night, and especially with adding Tropical Americas, they have more reason to keep it open at night now, and they should add a really good table service place over there. So something with food from Encanto, I feel like that would be really good. So
who eats table service after 4:00?
That would be me.
Me? Like 7 o'clock, 8
Podcast
o'clock?
day.
Yeah,
Let's go.
exactly.
All right, we got a question from KC. He is in Austin, Texas. Hey, crew, my wife and I are doing an adults only leave the kids with family trip for our 20th anniversary. Congratulations. A lot of people celebrating their 20th anniversary this year. We're spending a couple of days at Walt Disney World and catching the train to Fort Lauderdale for a cruise at the end of April. Curious how you would plan a partial last day at the park to maximize the fun and still catch a private transfer from the resort at 3 p.m. Here's the details. We're staying at the Riviera and plan to spend the last partial day, a Friday, at Hollywood Studios because of the easy Skyliner access. We have a 3 p.m. shuttle to the Brightline station, prearranged from the Riviera so we can hit the park, then pick up the luggage at the resort and head to the train. No ADRs to work around. Ronto wraps for breakfast are a must. Lunch plans are TBD. We'll likely rope drop, of course, TBD on lightning lanes. How would you plan out this day to maximize the fun and rides? And how early do you leave the studios to make sure you're on time for your transfer at 3 p.m. to the train station? Show us the way, oh wise ones. Thanks, y'all, KC. All right, so they got to be at the resort at 3 p.m.
Yep.
So my rule is the Skyliners. Just one thing. Here's my caveat.
That's risky because of weather.
That's what I was gonna say. Do watch the skies. If it's windy or if it looks like a storm's coming in, be careful. Like as long as the weather's good, I would say you're good. Like, but I would.
A midday Skyliner is smooth.
It's smooth as glass. Like if it's a good weather good day, as long as you're walking out because the Riviera is a hop, skip, and a jump. Like I'd even push it to walk out at 2:30 at the latest. But dude, watch.
But you got to get your
weather,
bags though. Sometimes that could take a minute.
Yeah, that's a good 2:15.
I'm leaving at 2:15 because they're going to a cruise after that. Is that right?
They're catching that bright line down to Lauderdale. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually mentally I'm more psyched for that than anything else.
Same.
I'm leaving at 1 o'clock.
I know.
I was psyched for the cruise. I'm actually getting a drink at Bar Riva, and I'm leaving the studios at 1, getting a drink at Bar Riva, and just chilling because I'm about to be on a Disney ship the next day.
That's a good point. Yeah. Because you can't miss that transfer because everything the dominoes start falling if you miss that if you're late for the transfer. Yeah. So.
Side note: 25th anniversary. This is 25th of high school graduation for me.
My gosh!
25th.
Oh my gosh! So. Okay, so what would you do that day, though? I mean, they don't have lunch plans. They're going to get a Ronto wrap for breakfast, probably rope drop. I mean, how would you go about that? Ricky, you're in the parks a ton. What would you do?
Yeah, so when are they going? Did they say?
They're going at the end of April.
End of April.
On a Friday.
Okay, so Rock and Roller Coaster won't be open yet, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, got it. So, I mean, obviously, I would go hit up probably, I would try to hit up Rise of the Resistance first, hit a ride. And then I would go get my Ronto wrap. And if they want to ride Millennium Falcon, do that too. And then from there, I would see kind of how time-wise it's looking. Maybe I would head over to, let's see, I'm going to probably do some jumping a little bit, but you also, I love Slinky Dog. I love it so much, but I feel like on a day like today, the lines are going to be so long unless they decide to get Lightning Lane. Then maybe, definitely consider riding Slinky Dog at that point. If you don't get Lightning Lane, I'm going to say skip Slinky. I know, blasphemy. But maybe do Toy Story Mania, head over. Honestly, I would make sure, I know that they were talking about lunch. They didn't have lunch plans. if you can try to swing just a stop at Baseline Tap House, get the charcuterie board, pretzel.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be good there.
I like that. I like the charcuterie board and pretzel combination. I actually would do Slinky Dog though. I love Slinky Dogs.
I love Slinky too. It's just I'm worried about the lines.
Yeah, because it's probably like at 10 o'clock. I mean, they're probably jammed.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then
I'm trying to think like if you'd do that or Tower. If you'd like go.
That was going to be the other thing I had. If they have any time
Tower
left,
probably
maybe
longer,
go hit
too.
up Tower
Or
after
do a
that.
show. Do a show maybe.
They
I
could
like
do a
doing the
show.
shows.
Yeah.
It's
The
Hollywood
Frozen show is
Studios.
fantastic.
I love the shows.
Yeah.
Would you try to work in? Here's what I'm trying to think like because end of April. This is also Cheers going to be going on during this, so it could be busy.
True.
Because the cheer competitions happen that week, those couple of weeks. But you're gonna have because that's going to be mid-morning at the busiest time of the people are there. But
Right.
like Tower eats people faster than Slinky.
It does.
What about Mickey and Minnie's? Because that's going to be kind of the same situation too. But does that
I
eat
feel
people
like-
faster than Tower? Which
I
one would
don't
you
feel
like
it's
of
fast-
those three?
I don't feel like it's faster than Tower.
Tower
like
probably
Tower's
moves the
usually faster.
fastest. Yeah, Tower
Yeah.
probably the fastest moving line of the three.
Yeah, Mickey and Minnie's always kind of drags for me. I don't know why, but every time I'm in Mickey and Minnie's, the line just sort of I take that back. I think I do know why. It's because they have the little pre-show area, and I think that because it stops and starts and stops and starts. I think that's why it drags because usually I get a spot where like it stops for a really long period of time. So I always have more trouble with Mickey and Minnie's than I do with anything else usually.
I like the charcuterie at Baseline. That's a good option.
Oh.
Or just bounce out of the park early and get lunch at Primo Piatto, and like I said, or get a drink at Bar Riva and get something.
Primo Piatto has a really good a caprese salad too. Brian and I got that the last time we were there, and it was fantastic. So
because I
really
mean,
good.
honest to God, like there's many times where I go to the studios, that's where I end up eating lunch is Primo Piatto. I'll just get on the Skyliner, go down, grab something to eat, and come back.
and you
It's not
can't
that
beat the
far.
French fries there. I'm just saying,
So
French
good.
fries.
So
I dream
good.
about those.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're trying to get as much as you can in there. And I think, I don't know if they're annual. The thing is, like, you're not an annual pass holder. Like, you don't want to go into the park for like 2 hours because you're paying so much. Like, that's the thing. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like they have to. I mean, they have to though. If that's the case, I mean, they only have a few hours anyway. So
Yeah.
if they were already planning on going, then either they are pass holders or they were planning on having a ticket and knowing that they were only going to spend half the day there.
All right. Well, have a great cruise and happy anniversary, kids. And enjoy. What I was going to say the Destiny out of Lauderdale, but there's what other ship's going to have? I
The Dream is out of there right now. I
Yeah.
think, too.
And then it heads over to Europe. Yep. This summer. All right, so we have a question from Sean. Hey, BOGP crew. Quick note of thanks. Let's see. Oh, just for all the great cruise information emails you've sent over the last few months. Our online check-in was today, midnight this morning. I got boarding group 6. Let's go. It's always when you get a single digit, that's always a great thing. I think that's good. We are cruise rookies. That was not me. That was the dogs. Okay, so it's going to be Sean's first cruise. All right, it says, I have a few questions about our post-cruise non-park stay. We're DVC members, and we're trying to stay at every DVC resort in Orlando. We needed a one-night stay post-cruise, so I booked a cabin at Fort Wilderness for one night. We've never stayed at Fort Wilderness nor Wilderness Lodge. We're using the Disney transfer to Fort Wilderness. My questions are, number one, where does the Disney transfer drop you off? Fort Wilderness or Wilderness Lodge? Okay, we can just take this as we go because I know this. It's going to drop you off at Wilderness Lodge. Number two, approximately what time will we be dropped off? Probably about...
You don't think I'll drop them at Fort Wilderness?
I think it drops you off at Wilderness. We always have to say Wilderness Lodge. Like if it's, say it's at Kidani Village, we have to say Animal Kingdom Lodge.
So then they got a boat over then?
Maybe
Or like all their
take 'em to
luggage?
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I would take them to the... I was thinking... what I was thinking was like Boulder Ridge or Copper Creek.
Gotcha.
Those three are together.
I think
yeah.
they'll take them to the
Yes,
fort.
it will take them to the... Yeah, sorry. I was thinking that they were... I was thinking with DVC, I was thinking of the three there, like Boulder
Gotcha.
and
Yeah, I still
and
think I'll
Copper
take them
Creek.
to Fort
That will
Wilderness,
take them
yeah.
to the cabins. Yeah, sorry. Thanks for... It's been
You're
a
welcome.
day.
You're
It's been a
welcome,
day.
Mike. I
Yes,
got
you got my back, even though I'm lying to everybody at the top of the show. You'll be
No,
dropped
I mean,
off.
You do this all day for a living,
Dude,
Sometimes
I know.
you got to bring in some
Yeah, please.
reinforcements.
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing. What time are you gonna be dropped off? Probably between like 9 and 10 ish. I would say.
Yeah, I mean, so I just did this, and I think we had second dining, so breakfast was at 8. got on the bus like around 9. Yeah, so 10 o'clock felt about right,
10.
I think. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we check in at Wilderness Lodge or Fort Wilderness? Will they hold our luggage, assuming our cabin won't be ready until the afternoon? Scott, they hold your luggage there, just like
Hold your
everything else?
luggage at Fort Wilderness. You probably won't have any groceries because you're just coming off the ship, so don't have to worry about that. But sometimes it's tricky at the fort because a lot of people will have groceries there, so they have like coolers and stuff. They'll hold things there too. But yeah, they'll hold your stuff there.
And you check in at the fort. There's like a
Yeah,
Like
so they
check-in,
have like
how's
a
that?
like this little like cabin. I mean, it's cool. Like it's a little check-in desk, just kind of like a lobby that you see at the other resorts, but it's themed really cool. But yeah, like you go in there. There's like 3 desks or whatever stations, and yeah, you check in and they'll hold your stuff. My experience though, now, one time I did this, I was very hungry, very hangry,
I
long
remember
day of
this.
travel. It was Thanksgiving week. I checked in. My room wasn't ready till like my cabin wasn't ready till like 6 or 6:30.
oh,
Had to wait a very long time for my cabin. So hopefully that won't happen to you. I was there at a very busy time. People were wanting cabins, but just as you know, as a DVC owner, you know this, Sean, that you might have to pack in your patience a little bit as those cabins get ready.
yes. 3 more quick questions. I hear a lot about renting golf carts at this resort. Can you maneuver the resorts without a golf cart? Remember, he's only there for 1 day. He's not there for like a week. What'd you
I
say
would
to
still
that?
do it. I would still take the cart because especially if you're doing 1 day, because then you can really take advantage of seeing everything at the now they're expensive. Like it's $70. The
That's
way I
like a
look at it,
car.
it's your resort fee.
Yeah.
A lot of
That's
times,
true.
you go to downtown St. Louis and you're booking a hotel room. They're like, okay, your parking is this, and then you got your resort fee for that. Like I just see it as a resort fee when you rent the golf cart. So I absolutely would, 'cause that way you can drive around the resort and see things easier. That way, like if you were staying for a few more nights, you could take it easier and walk around more. 1 night, get the golf cart.
Okay, and suggestions for lunch and dinner at the resort. It's a Monday, so hoop-de-doo is not an option. They don't do hoops on
I
Monday.
mean, I like that counter service place.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the counter
Trails
service place
End.
is great. Yeah,
Trails End. Yeah.
Yep. So, you know,
or
and
take the
plus
boat. I mean, you can take
yeah,
the boat over to
boat.
Wilderness Lodge too, and
Yeah.
get some
Oh.
stuff there.
And, well, plus the
Love more-
monorail. You got the whole monorail loop available there
Mhm.
too.
And pork for all snacks. Yeah.
But I do like that. So I wasn't a fan of Trails End, like, but I've always liked that little counter service area though. It's so good. Like that chicken dinner for like 3 people or whatever is so good.
Oh, dude, and it was
It's like one of the best values
yeah, it
you'll
is.
find.
It's not expensive. And finally, he says we're using Mears Express to get back to the airport on Tuesday morning. Any idea where they'll pick us up if we're staying in a cabin? See, I've never used Mears Express, but I'm sure they'll give you communication with that, like where they're going to pick you up. So
And my guess will be right where they drop you off.
yeah,
Like where
probably.
the Disney transfer dropped you off. Probably like right at that main little station there at the fort. But I would just talk to when you check in, they'll know. So that's something I would ask them. That's probably where you got dropped off.
Yep. He says, thanks for all the help. New to cruising and new to this resort, so I'm trying to make it go as smoothly as possible for the family. Thanks so much, Sean in West Michigan. Go Blue. Good
Oh,
time.
West Michigan. Oh, yeah, go Wolverines. Good. Let's go beat those Wildcats in Arizona. Yes, I said we because I pay that tuition. And you're gonna love the cabins. I'm hooked. I love them. So I'll be curious what Sean thinks.
All right. Have a great first cruise. You're going to be hooked. I'm telling you. You're going to be like, oh,
You're gonna be hooked on the cruise and the cabin.
It just happens, man. Have a good time, Sean. All right. Well, that is it for today's show. If you have any questions, please get those in the inbox for us. We'd love to have those. Mike at brguestpodcast.com. We'll get those in the queue and get right on those as we jump into April here. April 8th will be the next show. So let's do that. Don't forget our show today brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use that Amazon affiliate link anytime you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You're the all-stars that keep us on the air. We can't do this without your support, and it helps so very much. You can support us for just $5 a month, and for that, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. So come over this week. We'd sure love to have you at patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast. You give me a follow on the social media at Be Our Guest Mike. That's on Instagram, x.com, and Threads. Scott's at Epscott, EPSCOT, but check him out at Must See Adventures over on YouTube. Ricky's at A Disney World After All on YouTube. Check her out there. Also at Ricky Nibs, RIKKINIBS. We have the Clubhouse. That's where you need to hang out with us 24/7. It's our message board Discord server. It's awesome. It's free for everybody. So come on over, beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. And we will have a live call-in show Sunday night after everybody eats all the Easter ham and deviled eggs and all that stuff. And you're like, oh, that one extra deviled egg pushed me over the edge. But we'll be here taking your calls. So come on. We'll have a good time with that. Most likely. I think we'll have a show. So tune in. We'll see. Because Scotty G is going to be in town. It's going to be fun. So 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. Join us for the call-in show. All right. So until we get back together again on Friday for an excellent show, Scotty G, Ricky, Mike, signing out. Have a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.